What is going on, guys? I am back with part 3 on how to build an apartment building, and in this video I'm going to be starting the interior of the building. Okay, so just for right now you're going to need some andesite, white concrete, sea lanterns, iron trap doors, and you might want to use a potion of night vision. So I'm at the front of the building right now, and I'm going to start out with my andesite. And the first thing I'm going to do is cut out 5 blocks from this white concrete. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and now I'm going to go to the left side, and starting at this white concrete, I'm going to cut out 3. And then I'm going to go to the back side of the building, and starting anywhere on this white concrete, I'm going to cut out another 3. And then all the way on this side, another 3. So the front side of the building has 5 blocks cut out, and everywhere else has 3. Now, I'm just going to cut out all of the rest of the grass around the building, and then we're going to fill that in with andesite, so it's kind of like a little path around the building. So let me hurry up. Do all of this. Here, I'll first show you what the front looks like. So as you can see, I got 5 total blocks cut out. So I'm going to bring this all the way up until we reach this line of 3. And then for this part, I have 3 in total coming out. So the front of the building has 5 from the white concrete, and the left, right, and back of the building only has 3. And keep in mind, there's 3 spaces remaining between this gray concrete and the edge that we're going to stop at. So we have 3 spaces here. And then at the back of the building, there should only be 1. So if I bring this all the way across, I have 1 extra block. So I'm going to go around and just cut out all of this grass and replace it with andesite. Okay guys, I'm getting all of the grass cut out right now. I almost have it all for at least around the building. Keep in mind, we're also going to be cutting out all this grass and replacing it with andesite as well. I think I still have some. Oh, I didn't know I had this. Okay, let me cut all this out, and then I'll show you exactly how much I actually cut out. Obviously, you don't have to have it exactly like mine, but if you want the measurements to be exactly the way that I told you they were going to be at the beginning of part 1, when I said the building's going to be like however many blocks, then I included the andesite around the building as well. So in case you want to have the exact measurement for the building, then just make sure that's also including the andesite. That's why I'm making it so precise. So I have 5 spaces in the front of the building right here, and then everywhere else I have 3. So now I'm just going to use my andesite to fill all of this in. And I'm actually going to use a potion of swiftness to get it done faster. So let me do that. And then I'm going to head on to the inside, cut out all that grass, and replace it with andesite as well. Okay, so I went all the way around the building and filled all that empty space in with andesite like this. Now I'm going to head on to the inside. I'm going to use my night vision so I could see. Alright, there we go. Now I'm just going to cut out all of this grass in here, and once again I'm going to be replacing it with andesite. Okay, so I finished filling in all of this andesite. Now I'm going to switch to my white concrete, and I'm going to start filling in the ceilings. And keep in mind, the ceilings for this parking garage area is also going to be the floors for the first floor, or basically for like the second floor. So I'm just going to be on this layer here. So we have this white concrete for the opening for the garage. So I'm just going to stick with this layer, and I'm just going to fill all of this in with white concrete. Okay, I'm just finishing up with the ceiling. Oh, my potion, hang on. And then I'll go ahead and count how many spaces I have between this ceiling and the floor. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 spaces. So on the 6th space is where you're going to start your ceiling. So it's just going to be on the same layer as this little overhang out here. So as you can see, it's all flat. Now, after you have your floors and your ceilings, let's go ahead and start cutting out the hole for the elevator. And keep in mind, it's not going to be a working elevator, but it's going to look just like one. So I have my white concrete, and I'm going to bring out 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks on each side. And keep in mind, this is the back wall. That is the front door. So this little area right here is the back. So I'm just going to bring this white concrete up all the way to the ceiling. And then I'm going to bring each side in 1 block. And then I'm going to cover up the top with maybe 1 or 2 layers. I'll do 2 layers. So the doorway is 3 blocks in height. So this is going to act as an elevator. Now, inside of here, I'm going to cut out all of this white concrete so we have the opening so we could go up and down through all of the levels. Okay, so now that you have that, we can then head on to all of the other floors. Alright, I'm at the elevator and I have my white concrete. And I'm just going to place an L shape on each side, so we still have the 2 spaces remaining for the doorway right there. Now I'm just going to bring these shapes all the way up to the top. Okay, so I just finished bringing each side all the way up, so it looks like this, and from the inside, it's all like closed off. Now, let me head back down, and still with our white concrete, I'm gonna line up with the edge of this, so we still have 1 block of space right there, and I'm gonna bring a white concrete wall all the way to the back side over here to this window, so this is gonna be the hallway for each floor. I'm going to do the same on this side, so as you can see, I'm lined up with the edge of the elevator wall. And I'm going to bring this all the way back as well, and you could also see we're lined up on the edge of this wall for the window. Now, just to make it a lot easier, we could cut out holes later on, but this should save us a lot of time, so let's bring all of these walls all the way up to the very top, the same way that we did the elevator walls. Okay, I'm just finishing up with one of the sides, so I'll show you exactly where you should have it. So I got this all filled in, and I'm right on the edge of this window here. And then I still have the 1 block of space remaining here for the doorway that we're gonna have for the elevator. So this is the elevator doorway, and I still have 1 block of space on each side. So now I'm just gonna continue filling in this side, and then we can start shaping out the layout for all of the apartments. And what we're gonna do to make this so much faster is, as soon as we got the shape down for this first layer, we're just gonna bring it straight up to the ceiling as well. And it's just gonna save us so much time instead of doing each layer, covering it up with the ceiling, doing that layer, covering up with the ceiling, doing that layer. We could just bring all the walls all the way up to the top, and then we could just put all the floors and ceilings after that. So it's literally gonna save us like so much time. We're cutting the time in half for that when we bring the walls all the way up. So I'm going to continue filling in this side, and then I'll show you what I mean as soon as I got this done. Now I have all the walls filled in on each side for the hallways, so it should look like this. Now I'm going to go ahead and just cut out the doorways for the first floor. So I'm going to go all the way to the back window here. I want to make sure I have 3 spaces remaining of white concrete. And then on the 4th block, I'm going to cut out 2. Make it 3 in height. So this is going to be the doorway for this apartment room here. And then right across from that, I'm going to have the doorway for this side. So keep in mind we have 3 spaces of white concrete remaining at the back side. Okay, now that we're able to access these rooms, I'm just going to start at the right side over here. So that's the elevator. I'm going off to the right. And now, starting at the left side of this doorway from the inside, I'm going to skip over 6 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then on the 7th block, I'm going to place a white concrete wall right across here. So this is going to divide the room and the bathroom, which is going to be on this side. And then over here is going to be the living room and the kitchen. Okay, so keep in mind 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces, and then we have our wall. So if I do go to this elevator, it's on the right side. So let's go back in here, and then we're going to separate the bathroom and the bedroom. So with my white concrete still, I'm going to go right up against this big opening here for the balcony. So right up against it like that, and I'm going to place a white concrete wall here. So now this room is going to be the bathroom. This room is going to be the bedroom. Then we're going to have like the kitchen maybe right around here, and then the living room over here. Now, let's go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So starting at this right side of this doorway, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On the 7th block, we're going to place our wall right across. So keep in mind we're also right up against this big opening here. Then I'm going to go on the inside of this, right up against this opening, and bring a wall across. So now we're going to have our bathroom here where this window is, and our bedroom here. Okay, so now we have the layout for each side. So we could then bring this little shape all the way up to the top. So I'm going to do it for this side, as well as this side. Alright, I'm just finishing up with these walls on one side. So as you can see, I'm bringing it all the way up. I have one more space remaining for the big wall over here. So from this side, we have like the solid wall going all the way up, and then we have this wall in the middle going all the way up. Let me fill this in. And then I'm going to head on to the other side and do the same thing right here. Okay, now I'm finishing up this side. Okay, it's done. I also have the wall in between there going all the way up. So now we have the layout going all the way up to the top for now. We could then start doing all the floors and ceilings on each level. Now I'm in the hallway, and we're just going to do the floors and ceilings in here for now, and then we could do all the other floors and ceilings for the rooms. But first, we're going to start in the hallway. So you have these 2 spaces of white concrete. Oh, let me use my potion. We have these 2 spaces of white concrete in between these windows at the back side. Keep in mind, don't fill in any of the space in here for the elevator. This is all going to be just left open. But let's head back in here, and we're just going to place 2 layers of white concrete. So the bottom layer is going to be our ceilings, and the top layer is going to be our floors for the next floor. So you just want to place 2 layers. Basically just bring this white concrete out all the way until you reach this little opening here for the doorway. So yeah, go on each layer, fill all of this in with 2 layers, and then we could cut out all the doorways for the apartments, and then we'll do the floors and ceilings for the apartments. So I'll show you this real quick. Let me just finish filling in this top layer. Make sure to bring it up until here so it's right up against this wall. And we could actually, here, let's not worry about that now. We could do that later. I was just going to say something, but let's just not worry about it yet. So continue filling in all of this. Okay, so this is going to be 1 layer like that with 2 layers of white concrete. Now we can head on to this space up here and just bring this all the way across as well. And you just want to keep doing the same thing until you reach the top. Okay guys, I am doing the top layer right now, so you could just patch all this up as well once you reach this. So you are going to have like this little opening here, but let's not even worry about that. So you can just fill all of this in. And then I'm going to go back down and start cutting out all of the doorways. And it's just going to be the same as the doorways that we did at the first floor. So let me finish filling this in. Make sure to fill in the top layer for... Here, let me not use that potion. Make sure to fill in this top layer in the elevator room as well. Okay, and let's see. We got to bring it down 1 more. So we're right on the edge of this window. Okay, there we go. And then let's fill in this second layer. And then we can head back down, start doing all the doorways. And I think as soon as I got the doorways done, then I think I'm just going to end it there. So this video is just for like the layout and stuff. And then the next video is going to be for the furnishings. But first, before we cut out the doorways, let's just make sure to bring all of this down. So we want to bring this down 2 more layers, starting at the top. So each layer is going to have this 3-block high doorway. So we have it on the first layer, we have it on the second layer. So up here, starting at the ceiling, just fill in 2 layers at the top, right here as well. So you can just keep doing that, so you have a nice little shape for the doorway. It's not just like this giant opening. And then we could actually start cutting out all the doorways for the apartments. Okay, so I went all the way up. We have 2 spaces remaining when you go on the inside. Okay, so we got that done now. So in between each space is going to be 4 white concrete blocks. Okay. So I gotta go. We already have the doorways there, so it's going to be the same on every other layer. So I'm going to go all the way to the back window. I have 3 spaces of white concrete here. On the 4th block, I'm going to cut out a total of 6. I'm going to go on this side and line it up. So we have it 2 blocks wide, 3 blocks in height. Okay, I'm going to go up another layer and just do the same thing right here. So 3 spaces. On the 4th block, you cut out 2. And then you're going to have another doorway lined up on each side. So yeah, you could do that on every layer. And then I guess I'll do the lights, like the sea lanterns for the first floor for the apartment. And then that's all I'm going to do, just because that's going to be the only floor that I do the furnishings on. So I'll do the lights with the sea lanterns on the first floor. And then after that, I'm just going to leave it all up to you guys. And I just remembered I still have to do the parking garage. So I have to put some lines for the parking spots with white concrete. And then I also have to use my iron trap doors and sea lanterns down there. So let me finish doing all of this, and then we can head on to the parking garage. Okay, so I just finished doing the last 2 doorways. I literally had 1 more layer as soon as I stopped talking. So I did it on every single layer. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, so I'm back down here now, and I'm gonna still use my white concrete, and I'm gonna start shaping out the parking spots. So I'm looking at the elevator right now, and I'm gonna cut out 2 blocks on each side right up against the wall there. I'm gonna fill that in with white concrete. Then I'm gonna skip over 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th block, I'm gonna cut out a strip right here with white concrete. I'm gonna line it up with those 2 blocks. So I have a total of 6 white concrete blocks for a strip right there. Then I'm gonna skip over another 4 and cut out another strip of 6 here. And then we still have 4 spaces remaining between this wall and this strip. Okay, so that is a total of 3 parking spaces right there. Then I'm gonna head on to this side. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th block, we're gonna cut out a strip here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 more. Okay, so we have a total of 6 parking spaces there. Now I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm just gonna line it up. I'm gonna cut out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in between these 2 spaces, or in between this line and this line, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep in mind this isn't going to be a parking space because that's the front door, so people have to still walk through here. And then I'm gonna skip over another 4, cut out another 6 here, and I would recommend just stopping it maybe right here. You could have another parking space here to make it all evened out, but keep in mind if cars were to go through this opening, then if you had a parking space here, they wouldn't even be able to like get in. They would have to kind of like go on an angle to get through and go into this opening. In the last building, I actually had another line here because it looks better without it, so I just lined it up with that side. If it didn't have this, it looks a little weird, so you can have it if you want to, but keep in mind for like the realistic part, if cars were to try to drive through here and there's a car parked here, they wouldn't be able to. Okay, so I'm gonna go on the other side, just line it up right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fill all of that in, skip over 4. On the 5th block, we'll have another one here. Okay, so there we go. We have the parking garage. Now I'm going to use my sea lanterns. I'm going to go at the back of each space. I'm going to cut out 2 layers. That's 2 blocks wide like that. I'm going to put the sea lanterns down there. I'm going to cut out this dirt, replace it with white concrete, and cover this up with iron trap doors. So this is just a little light source. So you guys could have the lights however you want. The reason why I'm not putting them in the ceiling is because this is only 1 block thick. So we have the floors for our apartment up here. So that's why I'm not putting them in the ceiling. I'm putting them in the floors. So I'm just going to do this. Like 2 spaces right there at the back of each parking space. I'm going to do that for all the other ones. And then I also put 2 spaces right down the middle of the big opening here. So 1, 2. I lined it up with the white concrete here. Bring it down again. Put sea lanterns and cover it up with iron trap doors. And this kind of looks like draining. So if it gets, like if water gets in here when it rains or something, you have drains right here. That could act as that. But it also gives off a light source. So keep in mind, if it looks a little weird to you, then just make yourself think that they're like draining, like drain systems or whatever. So I'm going to do the same thing right here as well. And then I'm going to continue doing it, cutting out the 2 middle spaces here at the edge of each parking space. Okay, I'm doing the last light source right now. Alright, there we go. So I have a light source lined up with all the white concrete going down the middle. And then I have a light source where each parking space is. And this is enough light. It is a little bit dark on the ceiling, but you could easily see. Here, let me get rid of my potion. You could easily still see in here, so I'm able to see perfectly fine. But as you can see, it is a little bit dark on the ceiling. It might be a little darker in the video as well, but it is definitely bright enough in here for you to see. So let me head up to the next floor, and I am going to need the potion for right now. And I'll do the lights for the hallway as well. So I'm just gonna maybe have cut out 2 spaces here, so I'm 2 spaces away from the window. Maybe 2 spaces here, and then 2 spaces in the middle. We cover this up with iron trap doors as soon as we fill this in. And then that should be all that we really need for the hallways. Let me see. Yeah, I could see. So that should be good. And then we gotta head on to the apartments. Oh yeah, I forgot. We still have to do our floors and ceilings for each floor. I forgot about that. Okay, so let me... I totally forgot. Let me do that. I'll recommend using a potion of swiftness. So I have my white concrete, and I want to make sure I'm 1 block of space above the windows here. So I have my white concrete. I'm going to place it 1 block above, like that. So I'm right in between this layer of 3. So I have still 1 block of space above each window. And if I cover all of this up, then on top of this, we're gonna have another layer for the floors. So let me finish covering all of this in. Yeah, I totally forgot about this. My bad. So there we go. All right, let me head up here. So I'm on the 2nd floor. Are these good? Oh yeah, okay. So it should line up with the white concrete for the hallways. So basically what you're doing is placing 2 layers, and you just want to make sure it's lined up with the floors for the hallway. So yeah, it's not too hard. And then you could also see I'm 2 blocks above the doorway for each floor. So yeah, you just want to line it up with the white concrete for the hallways. So right here, here, and here. Oh, we have 1 more. And then right underneath that, we're gonna have our 2nd layer. So yeah, you could go on every floor, fill all of this in. And keep in mind, I'm not gonna be showing you the furnishings for every single floor. I'm just gonna show you the first floor so you could get an idea of what to do. So let me finish filling all of this in, and then I'll do the lights for the first floor, and then that should be it. Okay, so I'm doing this side now, and I'll show you exactly where it should be in case it was a little confusing. So let me finish filling in this layer, and then I'll fill in the layer on top of this, and I'll show you what it looks like after I have it done. So actually, let me just fill this little part in, and then I'll go on the other side because I have that done. So I'll go to the first floor. So if I go up here, and I turn, I have my floors here, and then I have my ceilings, and I have 1 block of space above each window all the way around. We still have to cut out the doorways there and fill all that in. And then if I go on the layer above this, I have my upper layer, my 2nd layer with the floors here. And you can see I have 1 block of space there, but I have all of this right up against it because that is where it should be. And then above this, we already have it marked out. We want to make sure to place a layer of white concrete here. So I have 1 block of space above the windows, but then some of these windows are right up against the floor. Okay, so let me finish doing all the other layers. And as soon as I got this done, we could cut out the doorways for the other parts of the apartment, and then we still got to do the floors and ceilings for those parts as well. Okay guys, I'm on the top floor, and I'll show you exactly where you should have your ceilings for this last floor. And obviously it's all up to you guys, whatever you want it, but I'm just going to show you exactly how I'm going to do mine. So let me finish filling this in. I'm about halfway. Yeah. And then keep in mind we still have all the floors and ceilings for the bathroom and bedroom area. So after we get all of this done, then we have to cut out some holes for the doorways where we're like going to have them. And then we just have to do all the floors and ceilings for that. And I'm going to do the lights for the first floor apartment because I'm going to be showing you the furnishings down there. And then after that, we are done. So I'm just going to have it one block above the windows. And keep in mind I still have one block of space above this. So let me fill all of this in, and then that's all there is to it. And then I still have the other side to do. But I'll show you exactly how this is looking from the bottom floor to the top floor. You just want to line up the white concrete with the floor level of the hallway. So I have this room all the way up here. And then right below that I have the next room lined up with this white concrete right across there. I have one block of space for the ceiling with the windows, but then the floors are right up against the windows. Okay, so now I'm just going to head on do the rest of these, and then I'll cut out all the holes for the rest of the rooms. Okay guys, I'm back down at the elevator, and I forgot to actually put some lights in here, so you could do that if you would like. So just like that, as simple as that. So I'm gonna go back up here, and I'm on the first floor. Let me go off to the right side first, and I'm gonna go all the way to the back of this window, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks of space. On the 5th block, I'm gonna cut out a door here. So this is going to be the doorway to the bedroom. And then I'm going to go to the edge of this window. I have 1 block of space here. And then I'm going to cut out the doorway for the bathroom. Keep in mind, as you can see, we still have to do the floors and ceilings for in here. But let me go to the other side and do the same thing over here. So I have, so starting here, 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th block, cut out a doorway for the bedroom. And then over here, we have 1 block. And then cut out the doorway here for the bathroom. So, I'm just going to, let's see, what should I, let me go on every layer and cut out all the doors for the rest of the layers. And then we can start doing the floors and ceilings for those sections. So I'm on the 2nd apartment floor. I'm gonna go over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th block, we can start cutting out a doorway here. And it should be lined up with the bottom. Okay. And then we could go, oh, hang on, we still gotta do the other one. Okay, so we just want to make sure we're lined up with the floor here. Then we have 1 block of space, and then a doorway here, and it should be lined up. Yep. And between each one is going to be 4 spaces. So keep that in mind. We could just do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th block, we could cut out a doorway. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5th block, cut out a doorway. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doorway here until you reach the top. So I guess that's a lot easier to do. And then I think this is the last one. And then yeah, we have that. Okay, so now we have the bathroom door for each layer. And we could do the same here. So we have 4 spaces here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut out a doorway here for the bedroom. And just do that all the way up. And then after you get this side, you can head on to the other side and do the same thing. Okay, so I cut out all the doorways on each side for the bathroom and the bedrooms. And now I'm just going to use my white concrete. And the first thing I'm going to do is just line it up with the layer of white concrete that we already have for our floors. And then underneath that, we have our ceilings below. So, like that. So you could do the floors first. So the floors are going to be the top layer. And then you have to have a bottom layer underneath that for the ceilings for each layer. So I'm going to go ahead and go all the way up and do the floors first. And then you just want to go underneath every layer that you have your floors, and that is going to be the ceilings. So you could do that for this side and the other side. And then after you have all of this, then I'm just going to show you, or I guess it's not really much to show, but I'm going to do the lights for the first apartment floor. And then after that, I'm just going to end it there, and then I'm going to have another part for the furnishings. Okay guys, I'm doing the last layer for the floors and ceilings all the way at the top floor. And I'm not even going to do the floors and ceilings for the other side because, since I'm just showing you the furnishings for the first floor, it's not necessary for me to just do all the walls or for me to do all the ceilings and floors for all the other layers, since I'm not going to be doing anything with those. So I'm going to do the bathroom here, make sure to just do the same thing as the other side. And then I'm going to head back down, and I'll go to the other side and show you exactly how to do that. It's literally the same thing. So let's see, right here. Okay, hang on. There we go. Alright, so let me head back down. I have all of this done, except for that big gap for the bathroom area. And then I'm gonna go down here. And let's see, this is the first floor, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna go over here. And I want to make sure I'm one block above the windows with the ceilings. And then the floors are going to be lined up with the bottom of these windows. Alright, so after I have this, then that's actually all I'm going to do, just because it's not necessary for me to do all that, since I'm not going to be showing you anything else up there. Let me patch this up as well. And then I'll do the lights, so we have that taken care of, and then we could just do the furnishings for the next video. Alright, there we go, patch that up. And now let's do the lights. So I'll start in here, and I'm gonna have a little thing right here in the ceiling for our oven hood. So I'm just gonna put some sea lanterns, and if we need to move any, then I will do so. So I'm gonna place them in the corner. I have 2 spaces on each side of it. Alright, and then I have it in the corner. I'm gonna do the same over here. And then I'll place one right around the middle. It's not right in the center, but it's pretty close. And this should give off enough light. Let's see. It's a little dark, but let's see. We can't have any light there. But we are going to have maybe some end rods. We're going to have an end rod right here on our countertop for our kitchen. And that seems to be the only dark spot. It's just right here. And then we have all the windows there to give off light. So I'm going to do some lights in here. Just in each corner, I have one block of space on each side of it in here, since this room's a little bit smaller. Alright, so this is the bedroom. And then I have the bathroom. So I guess I'll do the same thing in here. We might need to make adjustments because we're going to have the bathtub and stuff. But for now, we have enough light so we could see. And then I'm just going to do the same thing over here. And then that's going to be it for for part 3 on how to build this apartment building. Did I ever put the iron trap doors on this side? And here? Yeah, I did. Okay. So yeah, we got this done. Let's go over here. Cover all that up. And then we have, oh yeah, we still got to do the floors and ceilings in here. Let me do that. Alright, there we go. Then put our sea lanterns. And then that's going to be it. Alright. Okay guys, so that is going to be it for part 3 on how to build an apartment building. And if this did help you, be sure to please leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in part 4. Later.
Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had